Today we're treasure hunting at the South Florida Fairgrounds for the legendary West Palm Beach Antique Market. This place is packed with vintage furniture, retro collectibles, rare jewelry, and hidden treasures you didn't even know you needed until today. Start your day at Hive Bakery and Cafe for pastries and coffee. And after the market, head over to Clematis Street, hit the waterfront, and show off your vintage finds at dinner like you're just starting your own antique treasure hunting show. Get ready to shop, explore, and maybe accidentally buy a 1970s lava lamp. You have been producing antique festivals for over 35 years. How did that begin? Family business?
Completely family business. My dad, when I was a toddler, owned a rental property, found some old bottles, became an antique dealer. That morphed into many years later. He started a show. Over the years, we've probably produced close to 1,000 different events. A little over 18 months ago, I bought the West Palm Beach Antiques Festival, and it's just sort of taken off.
I keep hearing that you made it better.
I bought it from a dear friend, but they were retirement age and came in, revamped marketing, attracted new dealers, new customers follow. And it's really almost a new show, even though it's a 35-year-old show with a great pedigree and history. But we've really been able to reinvigorate it, and that's the byproduct of a great team, great dealers, great customers. Nobody comes to the show to see the promoter.
So we're at the South Florida Fairgrounds.
Yes.
And it's 80,000 square feet.
Yes.
It just goes on and on and on.
We have just over 300 vendors here this month. Next month, it'll be closer to 400, maybe even 500, depending on last minute bookings. South Florida is such a great concentration of people, disposable income, a great facility, and a love for unique stuff, style, and design.
What kind of items can visitors expect to find here?
I jokingly say everything from Pyrex to Rolex, and both of those things are true. Great selection of jewelry, decorative arts, furniture, vintage clothing, a little bit of flea market stuff outside. I want something here for the first time as a show attendee to somebody who's a lifelong collector looking for that object that's the best thing in their collection.
And this is a monthly event.
Yes, first full weekend of every month. There's a couple variations on that, which you can see on our website.
So also, you started off the year very strong because you had record numbers of attendance.
Yes, yesterday was one of those days where you're just going, where did all these people come from? You know, you hope you have days like that, but every once in a while there's just that outlier day. I mean, my dealers were sort of shell-shocked by the end of the day.
Why do you think people come back here year after year?
Good stuff. Antiques and vintage are sort of having a renaissance again. And coming and buying something from somebody here, it's an experience. It's not like going to the mall or ordering something off Amazon that has no memory attached to it. Maybe you met a nice dealer, maybe you went to the show with a friend or a family member. When you look at that object in your home, it has some meaning to it. You know, and
It has history.
yeah, well, not only does it have history, but you've attached your own memories to it.
Yes. Everyone keeps telling me that February is the big show. What's so special about it?
Shows, especially monthly shows, depending on where they are in the country, they shrink and grow based on the weather, based on down here, obviously more people here in the winter. In the Midwest where I live, our biggest events are May and September, which are typically the nicest weather months outside. So it varies, but every show kind of shrinks and grows based upon those factors.
Is there anything that you want to tell people who are thinking about coming for the first time?
Give it a shot. There's probably 1 million unique items here. I mean, that's a rough guess. And again, everything from entry-level stuff, that wall art, a cool vintage shirt, to a Patek Philippe, a Rolex, you know, the expensive jewelry, and that's by intent. That's what we want to have here.
You specialize in designer handbags. How did the love for that begin?
So I've always had a flair for fashion. I like designer goods, and I decided that if I started selling handbags, that would probably be a good business for me.
If I want to purchase a bag, how do I know it's authentic?
Good question. So all of our bags are authenticated. We only sell designer goods. We have 3 authenticators that work with us full time, and nothing gets past our front door at our warehouse unless it's authenticated. So you don't have to worry. Anything that you buy from us, you could take to a Chanel store, a Gucci store, Louis Vuitton store if it ever needs repair, and know that it's always the real thing.
What kind of variety of handbags can I expect to find here?
So we have an assortment of basically everything. We have new bags. Most of our bags are pre-owned, but we also specialize in a lot of vintage and a lot of limited edition pieces. We bring in pieces that you really can't find everywhere.
Do you do consignment?
Okay, so we don't do consignment. That's why we're very particular with the condition. So what you would do is you would offer me the bag. Once we agree on the price, you don't have to wait for us to sell it, and we will pay you outright.
Amazing.
We do our own authentication, and then there are also outside companies that we use that are very seasoned in authentication. So you don't have to worry about authentication. Every single bag that you would purchase from us is authentic.
That's amazing. I feel like I'm in good hands with you.
I know you are.
You have a smorgasbord of items here. How did you collect them?
I mainly just go around to thrift stores, storage units, and I work with moving companies, and I go through everything and I try to find the items of value. And
Storage lockers? Just like the show?
one storage unit I did, a guy was moving to Germany to take care of his mom. I paid him a small amount and I cleaned it out, and that turned out to be a really good storage unit.
What's the coolest thing you ever found in a locker?
A long story short was a lure by a guy named Jim Pfeffer, injured in World War I, and he would hand carve a fishing lure and give him as a gift. I put it on eBay, $9.99. I woke up the next day and it was up to $1,000. And the ultimate sale price was $3,555.
What's the most interesting piece that you have here today?
I would have to say that it would be the bronze that I have over there. It's by an amateur artist, and he commemorated the building of the Berlin Wall, and what I think is the death of the very first person who ever died trying to escape East Berlin. It's just a really neat historical piece.
That's a really interesting piece. How many Benjamins would that set me back?
Just about 4 stacks.
Woo! We're here with Brett, the king of costume jewelry.
It's very complimentary, thank you.
So Brett, what are you selling here?
It's mostly American and European vintage costume jewelry, primarily 1920s to actually current day, including Chanel. Things need to be 20 years or older, other than certain new designers.
So how long have you been doing this?
I have been doing this for, I'm afraid to admit this, 46 years.
So do you have any tips for people that are coming here just starting out?
My advice to anyone is buy what you like, buy what you love.
You have a beautiful collection of items here.
Thank you.
Where
Thank you very
did you
much.
source all these?
Mostly at this point, I buy from dealers and estates. Heaven only knows, you never really know where it's going to come from.
I brought in some items and I was hoping that you could help evaluate them for me.
I'd be happy to take a look at them. They're both 1980s Chanel. This set's a little better because of the glass, but this set was very popular because of the handbags.
Yes.
These would range anywhere from $300 to $750 a pair.
I'm gonna miss you guys. So many shells. I feel like I'm under the sea.
Under the sea with me.
Yeah, exactly. How did this all start? Was it a hobby?
God brought me to the world of shells from St. Louis to Sanibel Island when I was 5 years old.
How did these go from being in the ocean to now being artwork for the home?
When I get the shells, the animal has to be taken out, usually for food. The shell has to be cleaned. It takes me about 2 hours.
Hello? I heard you're an expert in a certain kind of seashell.
I wrote a book on Spondylus americanus. It's a type of a long spiny oyster that comes from deep sea out along the Florida Atlantic coast and down towards the Keys and up through the Gulf and the Panhandle, usually 30, 40 miles out, 100 to 200 feet deep.
What else do you sell here?
There's Spondylus princeps from Baja, Mexico, all kinds of Spondylus there from the Philippines.
And what is the maroon one that's over there?
So these are my corals, and I work with a friend of mine who is an importer of selected specimens out of the Solomon Islands.
Thank you so much for sharing. It was shellerific.
Yay!
I love coming to this event. I always find something very unique to purchase and always walk away very, very happy. I come every month.
It's been a tremendous show. I've had to go back and reload twice. Great turnout, excellent promotion. I cannot wait for the next one.
It's a tremendous event. South Florida and this facility has everything it needs to make this the best monthly market in the country. And that's what we're going to do.